Hi, Kristin. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule for doing this with us. Can you just tell me a little bit about yourself and your practice?
Sure. My name is Kristin Larson. I am a family law attorney. I just background grew up in Prineville, which is a town about 35 miles away from where I'm living now, so local. Went to Pomona College, Lewis and Clark Law School. Moved to Bend in 2003, started practicing as a family law attorney. So I do a lot of divorces, custody, branch out a little bit into whatever kind of the focus on the family. So things like adoptions, conservatorships, some limited estate planning, nothing big, huge, and some probate to go with that.
Right. And so you've been in Bend since 2003 doing basically family law.
Doing the same thing. Yes.
Awesome.
20 years.
Oh, fantastic. So we both know that it's a unique path for everyone going through a divorce. What would you do, give a heads up or advice as how to start into that process and what path they should start to take?
I think that the most important thing is to remember it's a slow process, to be ready for the long haul. So be prepared for that financially. If you can have your own money that's not tied up, your own credit card, something along those lines. If there are kids involved, this is where you got to talk to your partner, figure out some kind of a parenting plan that's going to work. The court's not going to be able to jump in super fast and solve all the problems. So as much as you can get something in place that works just on a temporary basis so that you can get through to the end is important. I also think listening to your attorney. I have a bunch of cases right now where things that are really important to my client don't matter. But they're so hung up on that they're not listening to what I need to move the case forward. They get lost in their stuff. So pay attention, listen, communicate. If you don't understand why the attorney is asking for something, have that conversation. Be really open and say, are you not paying attention to me? If you're going in different routes. So just communicate. But I think those are my two big pointers.
Right. So communication all around, it sounds like, is
Yes.
really important. Absolutely. And of course, it's awesome and need to have a strong divorce team. But what would you say, being in a family law practice, what do you look for in an attorney when you're starting down this path?
I think the number one most important thing is just to have a connection. It's very, very personal. You're getting into the most intimate parts of your life. So you have to have someone that you feel comfortable with. You may have the best qualified, great attorney. And if you don't have that personal connection, it's going to be a miserable experience. So just make sure that there's an understanding there. Find someone that can listen to you, find out what really matters to you, because there's so much wiggle room in a divorce. You can give and take, and have someone who's willing to listen to those priorities. Someone who's knowledgeable, obviously. So you want to have someone that you can trust that they're giving you the best advice. And that can include somebody that's willing to say, I don't know the answer to your question, but I'll find it out, because I think sometimes the better attorneys, nobody's going to know everything.
Right.
So if someone's acting like they know everything, I'd be a little suspicious.
Gotcha. Absolutely. So I know you've had a lot of cases. Do you have a memorable case that you can tell us about and how it impacted you?
So you gave me these questions in advance, and this is the one that really hung me up because I've had so many cases.
Right.
What is the most memorable? I think the case that probably impacted me the most, there was a man, a couple, they were living in a different state, and the dad was a stay-at-home dad. Mom, he went on a trip with his friends just for a weekend, and while he was gone, mom took off with the kids and didn't tell him where he was going, didn't leave a note, anything like that. So he's frantic, calling around. At one point makes a comment to a mutual friend that says, if she did anything to those kids, I'm going to kill her. That gets back to her. She has moved to Bend, files a restraining order against him for threatening to kill her. And so now he knows where the kids are, but can't have any communication with them, can't see them, totally cut off. So he comes to me. And again, like I was saying, it's a long process. We had to fight the restraining order. We had to do the custody case, but eventually we got him custody of his kids. So he got custody. He was the primary parent. And it's really worked out well. Mom is still in the picture. She sees the kids. They've gotten to a standoff. I wouldn't say they get along. But every year on March 15th, which was the day of our trial, I get a bouquet of flowers from him to thank me, which is so sweet because it was the right decision. It was best for the kids. And we went through it together. So that's the one that still comes back to me every year, maybe because I keep getting flowers. But just that the system worked in that case.
Right. Absolutely. I know. And with all the cases, and that is lovely that he sends you flowers. And, I know from experience, it's not a happy time, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And if you've got a great team, helps get you there and get you settled. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
I think that probably covers it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know you're very busy, but this will help people as they start down this, not a fun path, but a path that many go through.
And hopefully it's for the best and they'll come out better on the back end.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kristin. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Thanks.